Today's story is about Linda Strait. On the morning of September 26, 1982, Linda Strait was investing energy around the family home. From the beginning that Sunday morning, while the vast majority were either staying in bed or at chapel, she let her mom know that she was making the short approach the Safeway grocery store to get some hair care items. This was a customary everyday practice for Linda. The neighborhood Safeway filled in as a home base for the nearby children similarly, however much it was a store for the grown-ups. Linda's mom Donna and her stepfather George had no issue allowing their little girl to make the walk. It was the mid-afternoon, she had made the walk a lot of times previously, and it was situated in a protected area. Linda expressed farewell to her folks and left. It was the last time anybody saw her alive. A quest for Linda started that night and carried on into the following day when, sadly, her body was tracked down on the banks of the Spokane River. Among the proof gathered from the landfill site was a pad case that had all the earmarks of being a semen stain on it. There were no observers, something like none that approached, who saw what befell Linda, and other than the cushion case, the executioner worked effectively of covering his legal tracks. The Spokane County Sheriff's Department was astounded, and Linda Strait's family was crushed. To lose a kid out, so everyone can see on a Sunday morning only yards from her home with individuals all around by a hijacker, said Linda's stepfather George Ragland. To be assaulted, looted, killed, and tossed in the Spokane River around evening time like a sack of trash was simply a lot to take. All they talked with Linda's companions, neighbors, and family members and reached the resolution that her executioner was an outsider. At the point when specialists changed their concentration to an outsider being the culprit of Linda's homicide, they scrutinized their records as far as the been aware sex guilty parties nearby. That was the point at which the torture started for those two young ladies. As the young ladies looked under the vehicle, the man opened the entryway and pushed the two young ladies in on the front flooring plank and advised them to hush up, court records said. The man cruised all over until dull and afterward advised the young ladies to remove their garments. The young ladies had the option to provide examiners with an exact portrayal of both Williams and his vehicle, yet sadly Williams by then didn't have a crook record, so he was obscure to the police, and the young ladies couldn't recall his tag number. A little while later he confessed to the wrongdoings and was condemned to at least 20 years in jail. The strategy for activity in the two cases was comparable, and afterward the police discovered that Williams had been living in Strait's area. The police visited Williams in prison, yet he declared his Fifth Amendment right and wouldn't give an assertion. There is huge tension from the casualty's family to tackle the wrongdoing, and the media is consistently there to provide details regarding any turns of events or scarcity in that department in the examination. Agents in the Linda Strait homicide case didn't need to manage these tensions in a remarkable same manner. In spite of the fact that Linda's family was in ordinary contact with both the Spokane Police Department and the Spokane County Sheriff's Department in the very long time after her homicide, they knew the trouble of the case and put no excessive squeeze on the examiners. From the very start of the case, specialists realized that the cushion case was the key. In 1989, while DNA profiling was in its early stages regardless pricey and tedious, the police sent the pad case to a lab for testing, yet the example was not large enough for the innovation of the period. A blend of further developed DNA profiling innovation and the way that R.B. Williams had to give an example of his DNA as a sentenced criminal in the province of Washington implied that a match was at last made. After his blameworthy supplication during his formal speech, Williams was expected to relate the horrendous subtleties of Linda's most recent couple of hours on the planet. That's all for this time. We will back some other true murder story.